All right, we are back in the Temple of Zariel, as the barbed devil called it. We have discovered a statue of the angel turned devil Zariel. The more mentions of which will probably jog more memories in your characters. So I don't know that we necessarily need to roll constant religion checks to discern each bullet point of information as it pertains to Zariel. It can kind of be a thing that you feel free to roll with as the story progresses. You already know somewhat in and out of game who Zariel is and what her significance is to the story at large. Proceeding here in the chamber that we're currently at, though, with Calidor's passive perception and his work on the statue, I can say this right here. Well, probably easier if I just show you. Oh, that's wrong. Success! The red S. We all know what that means. Calidor has discerned the presence of a secret door on the floor on the ground next to the dais there, where the statue used to be.
I will walk over to it and check it out.
Like any of the secret doors that you have found so far in this villa and dungeon, this is a simple slide mechanism. Doesn't appear to have any traps or any defenses set upon it.
I will open it up.
Hey, buddy.
And just a brief pause there before you do, because Jung Hoon, as you move into that position, you're pretty sure you just found another one right there. Alright, so Jung Hoon makes the rest of your group aware to the presence of the second hidden door.
Okay, well, we should only open one of them at a time. So, select one of the two and let's open it.
Let's open Jean's first. Jean opens. I'll knock over this candlestick and stand by kind of between you.
Alright, so we're talking about the western one then?
Yes.
Okay, and is Jong Hoon opening it, or is somebody else doing that?
I'll open it.
Okay. And before we spill in there, just a brief description here. You have found a narrow tunnel, and at its north end is a wooden ladder. The ladder climbs 15 feet to a trapdoor. Head in 10 feet, you'll see the entire tunnel here.
Do we want to check out what that opens into?
Let's check the other door first.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I agree.
Go ahead, Calidor.
I open it up.
Okay. Here you find a room lit by a pair of tall wrought iron candlesticks, Brulok's favorite, in the northeast and southeast corners. And a familiar theme, 9 candles burning atop each one, casting flickering light across a claw-footed altar carved from a single block of obsidian. There is a small angel-shaped flame erupting from the top of the altar. And kneeling before the altar is a gray-haired woman, who you instantly recognize as, "Holy crap, that's the Duke! We just found her!"
I'll kind of indicate to the group silently, like that we see somebody ahead of us, because a lot of them are back there. So I kind of just look at them, kind of do something like non-verbally, where I kind of show that we see somebody in the room.
She remains in prayer for a good 5 seconds or so after the door is opened before she finally stands up and turns just to look at who's on the other side of the door, and she makes eye contact with all of you. And you can just tell from the look in her eyes that she knows who she's looking at.
I'll step
Your
into
Grace?
the room slightly into the corner just to kind of see what else is going on in there.
So, you've come at last. To the death it will be then.
We have your son.
You say this as if I care. And she is drawing a weapon, and she's about to get into it. I'm going to move your... How long does that spiritual weapon last there, Ben?
A minute, so I'm not even sure if it's still there.
Yeah, that would be gone by this point. Probably to be replaced shortly. But I'm going to get it out of the way nonetheless, just so I have a clearer initiative drag here.
I just want you to know, Grulak has no issues about beating the old lady down. Just FYI. Yeah, I don't know if you've ever seen somebody get powerbombed through an obsidian altar, but you may see it for the first time. Just FYI.
Oh boy. I was going to say, there's no way an 8 is the top initiative in
Before
this.
before it actually starts, while we're having this discussion, can I pop my divine hold on a sec, what is it really called? Radiant Soul? It takes an action. But when I know that when I know this is going to turn into a confrontation, can I activate my Radiant Soul before initiative starts?
I think not, because where do you draw the line at that? All of a sudden, we just give everybody a free action before any initiative starts, and then where does it become 2 actions and what have you? That's just the kind of stuff that it's done in the proper order. If you called it before I said she stands and approaches your group, then you got it off. Otherwise, we've already proceeded past that point.
Alrighty.
Let's get that. Okay, so it looks like both of our Azamars are going to go first here, the Cleric and then the Paladin. So, Calidor, it looks like when she reaches into her robes for her weapon are glowing fists. So she's definitely some kind of arcane or divine magic practitioner, and she's about to unleash some kind of magic on you.
Well, that freaking sucks. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to pop my Radiant Soul and bonus action to throw a heal on me.
Okay. Heal it up. And while you're rolling those numbers and doing that, if that's EOT, we can roll on to Celestial here.
Yep, that's EOT for me.
All right. Over
Looks
to you,
like
Don.
both of us are popping our Radiant Souls, and I don't have a bonus action, but I take out the glowing mace and prepare to strike.
Okay. She raises an eyebrow to the presence of the glowing mace.
As the two angels are like, oh, I'm like, oh, yeah.
We all have dark vision. Why did we bring a light all of a sudden? We intentionally didn't have one this whole time. Well, okay, so both of the Azamars have gone, and Duke Thalamra Van Themper. She will take her first turn. I'm going to spare everyone my best crone impression and do a simple narrative for her in that she proclaims in the midst of attacking twice here that you will get nothing from her, and she is prepared to give her life for Zariel. And I'm going to blast each of the Aasimar once here.
I'm pretty sure the two big angel guys just drag her. Look at us, we're targets.
Oh yeah, as they just made this transformation happen, there's that is perhaps the reason why they are both targeted by the Eldritch Blast. And she maintains her ground. She looks like she's ready to stare down all of you as if you could completely surround her, and she would still not flinch against even your most lethal attacks.
Do I take the 6 or the 7?
You get the top one. The 22 is on Celestial, and the 21 is on Calidor. And then Jong-hoon, it is your turn.
Okay. So first I'm gonna shout something like, "Hey, the cat seemed to think she was a good guy, so maybe let's just knock her out and not kill her. She's mind controlled or something, maybe." Then I'm gonna run in and bonk her on the head.
Okay. Alrighty, go ahead.
Is there like room for me to physically maneuver behind her here, or is the altar and the candlesticks blocking that?
The candlesticks are easily knocked over. The altar itself you would not be able to stand atop of, though, unless you wanted to risk catching fire from whatever that flaming angel thing is on the top of it.
Maybe it's a good kind of fire, but I won't do that.
Healing fire.
Exactly.
Oh, it burns so good. Yes, more. Ow. Ooh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's all real damage until the final bit, but I will take all of that. I have no resistances. My armor class is a 10. 18 is a 60. So yeah, she is instantly showing the effects of both of these strikes. Just her skin bruises up instantly like that. And we take it to the next tick in the initiative order here, which is our Tiefling Nadir.
So I'll say, What are you playing at, woman? Why would you die for a devil when they would never die for you? All they want is your soul. Surely we can negotiate something.
If she was prone to breaking the fourth wall, she would make some kind of comment about how this isn't going to be the Storm King Thunder campaign and you're not going to negotiate through every combat, but as she is not prone to that, she responds with silence.
Or maybe we'll just turn it into a crab then. Like the Stone Giant King. Well, I guess I'm gonna hold ready in action then. If, somebody's getting really injured, I'll probably heal them.
Hey, Dan, the Be Right Back screen is up.
Okay. It should be off now. I popped that one
gotcha.
up when I'm changing the music. I want to have a new screen constructed for those brief pauses, but I haven't been able to build it yet. Okay, so Nadir holding action. Let's get it over to Grulak. Your turn.
Well, Rulark's going to move in. That's right there. He's going to try to take her down a peg. I mean, if I can, not necessarily kill her, he would fast. Her actions kind of dictate what he does. Do I have an advantage for flank? If not, I'll move back to the back.
You do. You do have flank advantage from there.
Okay. So, just go ahead and attack. That'll do. Will do, Doc. Essentially, I mean, in my head, he's kind of, I mean, it is a good strike, but he's trying to, bring her down a little bit. If it looks like death is imminent, then he's definitely going to be pulling them a lot more to the point of her. But I don't think she's near that.
Yeah, they don't have an entirely non-lethal thing here in 5e. So for flavor, it's effectively just all straight up damage until the knockout blow, and then you can determine whether that's going to be knockout or kill.
Okay, and with my bonus action, I'm going to do a second.
Got a little something back.
And that'll be end of turn.
Okay, and that brings it back to the top with our transformed Azamar number 1. Go ahead, Calidor. Okay. So definitely a hit. 18 for 21. Ouch. I will take that, and in the spirit of giving him a taste of his own medicine, we will do that right there on Calidor. Dexterity save.
That's what I've been doing to people. I belong here.
Exactly. Is that your final answer, Ben?
Hell no.
Okay, got it. Reroll. Inspiration.
Jesus Christ. I guess that's my final.
For effect.
That'll put me down. 16 points of damage? Yeah, that'll put me down.
Oh no, it's not 16. It's actually 22. But
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. That'll drop me.
And that'll trigger my ready to action to heal him.
That is true.
Oh wait a minute, I can't see him.
Ha 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 ha.
I can see Salafia, I can't quite see Calidor. Well, I'll just get on my turn.
Oh, that is
Dan-
correct.
Dan, just so you know, my screen went cattywampus and closed inadvertently. I didn't touch it, so it's back up. But yeah, just FYI.
Oh, your video?
Yeah, it just shut down.
Okay,
Oh,
brief BRB here while I fix that.
Sorry, I just want to give you a heads up.
Oh, no worries. Appreciate that. That, there. So many pieces to juggle. No, that's not right either. There we go. Okay. So many moving pieces. Okay. Where's our initiative? Okay, so yeah. Dawn, what you got?
All right, I'm going to step over here to make sure that I'm between her and Calidor. And I'm going to use advantage, and I'm going to use this mace to pummel her.
Okay.
And the 4 radiant is coming from my divine form.
Very cool. I have no resistance against any of that. She just continues cursing, using her proficiency in Infernal to make the curses that much more insidious and vile, especially against the Azamar, who she's immediately identified as her foes and evidenced by the fact that she's only attacked them. And further reinforced by the fact that I will use, let's see. Yep, NPCs have different rules. Bam! We'll throw the second one on Celefiel.
Okay, so just to clarify that she has more than 1 reaction per turn.
Read the effect, please. Also, my forewarning of NPCs have different rules.
It doesn't even use reaction.
Yep, just whenever she's damaged, 2 times per day.
I guess I'm going to use my inspiration.
Alrighty.
And here we go.
There. Okay, very cool. Yikes.
Same curse as Calidor.
The plus side is Celefiel has not missed once this entire game session so far, and it's only the first time he's been dropped, which is light years better than how the previous sessions have gone.
I guess that ends my turn.
Aha! I can see him. I can use my ready action.
Aha! Da 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 da! nice. 30-foot range. Hey, alright. Celestial kind of catches himself in mid-unconsciousness, falling to the ground. And that will bring
So do I actually hit the ground, or am I...
You
like-
do, just the flavor effect, like you're briefly unconscious and then you come to and thud.
Oh, okay.
And then that'll bring up the Duke's turn, and we probably all know who I'm about to attack twice.
Quick question, though. Did the
Yeah.
mace do any additional damage, or was it easier to hit her? Was there any type of that kind of magic on the mace?
Yes to both. It is a +1 mace.
Okay.
Thanks for the clarification there. Okay, so she will blast Celestial twice with her Eldritch Blast just standing above him, so she has advantage because he's prone, disadvantage because it's in melee, so it's just a wash. Neither of them get through his armor. And that brings it up to Jung-hoon.
Going to bonk her on the head again.
Okay, 2 more successful hits, and pop, she has a handful of hit points remaining. Jung-hoon ends his turn there, bringing it back to Nadir.
Killing on Calidor.
Alright, little HP regain for Azamar there.
Thank you.
Move
And
action.
I will- Yeah, I moved there, did the action to heal him up, and I will look at her and say, we will get the information we need from you. The light of the heavens will shine upon your lives.
I will be in hell before you take your next breath, and I will be all the happier for it. And Grulok brings it over to your turn.
Oh yeah, he's as soon as she finishes her last word, he's striking her too, isn't she?
I think it's still a little dirty.
Knock her.
I agree, that is kind of dirty.
TJ just got home. Okay.
So what manner of attack is this? It is a great sword attack, and done
But
in
pretty
the
much-
spirit of what?
Like essentially using the I mean, it is using the weapon, but it's using either the flat portion of the blade or the pommel to strike it down.
Okie doke.
I mean, at least that's official. So I will attack. Okay. This is for the specific purpose of knocking her unconscious.
Yep. And and I want to reiterate that a dozen stated attempts of trying to knock her out has nevertheless resulted in a dead Duke Thalamra Van Thamper, and that is the context we will be proceeding from.
Okay. Well, so Grulak will do that. If she goes down and she is dead, he's good. Oh, I didn't try to kill her. I tried to knock her unconscious.
Oh yeah, everybody can clearly see, like, you banged her upside the torso, the head, whatever, with the flat part of the blade. Whatever reason, whether she was just too frail, too old, destined to die, you're not exactly sure what, but she is nevertheless dead.
She was an agent of the Hells, and the Hells have claimed her.
I claim her, but yeah, she's definitely in those places.
I would assume she had some sort of contract or pact that enabled this to happen instead of us being able to capture her.
Also, she intended to die.
We should not let her son see her like this. At this point, he is no longer of use to us, so I believe we should just let him go.
We should not let him go until we're done here.
Agreed. So at the end, we shall let him go.
Is Duke a hereditary title? Like, is he the Duke now, or is that more of an appointive thing?
It's an appointed title.
Okay.
We should check her, see if there's anything we can glean from what's on her.
I'll check. Since I'm right there, I'll just lean down and start checking to see if she has anything in the documents or whatever. Would that be a perception or just something that's passively skill?
Well, any jewelry like rings would also be possibly signet and seals that we may need to compare with other items later.
She does wear fine clothing, or she did, fit for a noble of her stature. It's an appointed title.
Okay.
Frail, too old, destined to die, you're not exactly sure what, but she is nevertheless dead.
She was an agent of the Hells, and the Hells have claimed her.
I claim her, but yeah, she's definitely in those places.
I would assume she had some sort of contract or pact that enabled this to happen instead of us being able to capture her.
Also, she intended to die.
We should not let her son see her like this. At this point, he is no longer of use to us, so I believe we should just let him go.
We should not let him go until we're done here.
Agreed. So at the end, we shall let him go.
Is Duke a hereditary title? Like, is he the Duke now, or is that more of an appointive thing?
It's an appointed title.
Okay.
We should check her, see if there's anything we can glean from what's on her.
I'll check. Since I'm right there, I'll just lean down and start checking to see if she has anything in the documents or whatever. Would that be a perception or just something that's passively skill?
Well, any jewelry like rings would also be possibly signet and seals that we may need to compare with other items later.
She does wear fine clothing, or she did, fit for a noble of her stature. She had no weapons. It appears that she was entirely reliant upon her magical abilities. She has no rings, no jewelry, no artifacts or anything of interest upon her person. It appears that anything material of that nature that she had to put on display, she did in the villa above. It wasn't necessarily something that she felt necessary to keep on her person as a manner of presenting her prestige. On her person, she carries only 2 keys in a pocket of her dress.
What was that description? The last bit of the description you cut.
She carries 2 keys in a pocket of her dress.
Okay, so Rulak will hold up the keys to whoever's keys.
We should ask her son if he knows what those keys go to.
Won't he know that they're from her? Ask questions about.
It's a risk that we will have to take.
Greg.
He will find out that his mother is dead eventually. Seeing her like this may be more traumatic than anything.
Do you want me to throw her on the fire?
I think the smell and the wood also alert him that something has happened in here.
Oh man.
I won't do that.
Calidor, from your nearby vicinity.
Appears we have another hidden passage.
You know, maybe we should let him see his mom so that he has an opportunity to grieve. It would be unfair to him to keep this information from him. So I'll call out to have him brought in.
Okay. And Rhea leads him into the room, and upon seeing his mother's body on the floor, he seems to be drained of what little resistance he had left. He doesn't appear sorrowful so much as angry. And while his resistance level has completely depleted, you also sense that you have made a stone golem out of him, essentially, in that what limited dialogue and intimidation, persuasion, any of that nature that you had with him, that's just gone. Like, you've killed his mother, and there is no getting past that for him. If you're talking to us, Don, we are not hearing you.
I am. Yeah. I'm going to search the altar, not sticking my hand into any flame or anything like that, but see if there's anything around it that might be causing this flame.
You don't see any kind of mechanical or magical works there. You do see tiny infernal runes carved in a ring around the source of the flame. And just given your understanding of devils, fiends, religion, magic, and what have you, if you were to deface any of these runes, you would likely desecrate the altar.
In my knowledge and of Infernal and all that other stuff, if I desecrate this altar, would I be summoning a devil or something? Would that...
It's a possibility. It's not necessarily a given, though. It would depend on how potent and connected this altar is with its host.
I'm not going to Normally, I would desecrate something like this, but I don't want to release anything that's this terrible, especially with our current condition. So, and since we do have
Do
a
it.
secret door down there, let's explore the secret door.
Explore the door.
I'll turn to, what's her name, Rhea?
Correct.
And I'll say to her, we tried to take her alive, but as soon as she was knocked out, the life left her body. I believe it must have been some sort of contract or pact with the devils that caused such a thing to happen.
This entire chain of events grows more alarming with each bit that is unraveled. She responds.
We believe that the guest she was entertaining is the one you were looking for, so he is still somewhere down here.
I look forward to meeting with him. He is the only one that can explain what happened to Elturel.
Let us see what's past that door, Calidor.
Alright, I open the door.
Alright. Door. Whoops, that's not the door. Or is it?
Before he opens the door, I'm going to use my 5 points of lay on hands that I have on myself.
Okay, got it. And looks like we found another connection to the sewer tunnels. And all seems quiet and clear at this particular junction. The passageway spilling out to the south, right outside of this door, and the merging right here. The southern passage right there, that appears to be where all the waste and the water is eventually being channeled out of the sewers here. And no cultists in either direction that you can tell. See how some of the connections are starting to piece together from the different areas that you've been thus far. So, where are we going? East, west, south?
He'll
Back
step
north?
out. He'll step out in the hallway, kind of look around, wait for somebody to come out. At least Gurlock is more facing to the west. He's kind of looking like maybe he wants to go that way, but.
This is just more sewer. I suggest we check either the ladder or the door that we left behind us.
The latter would be our best bet because it's the closest to these altars. It may provide us the most information about where that leads.
Alright, who will be exploring the ladder? Are we all just going to go up? We going to send one scout?
I'd see who's ask for a volunteer to go up there. Who's a little nimble.
Yeah, I saw Nadir on point, so I was getting excited there for a second. But if we want to send Celestial,
I'll go up.
Yeah,
I will check it.
I'm always happy to beat up on the Azamar. Celestial's just got infinite hit points, it seems. I keep dropping him, he keeps coming back. Azamar climbs the ladder right there. The trapdoor, you kind of pop it open just a little bit, and the smell hits you before you're able to actually see where you are. You have entered a stable. You can see that the light is definitely more present here. You are outside. You get the smells of the grass and massively overpowered by the pile of horse manure that is conveniently piled just a foot away from the egress of the hatch door here. So as you stick your face out and you kind of look like instantly to your right, you're just like, shit, literally.
It's a big pile of crap.
You also see boots and just the bottom of a pair of ragged pants and the occasional gesturing of a pitchfork as hay is being moved about the stable. So there's definitely somebody up here. You can hear at least a few horses, you believe. You don't see them quite from your angle, but this definitely leads back up into the courtyard, and based off of your knowledge of the villa and where you're at underground, you would guess that had your characters entered from the back side of the villa rather than the front side, you may have came across this entrance and descended into the dungeon from this point rather than coming up out of it.
Okay, I'll close the trap door and come on back down and let everybody know that we're where we are. We're underneath the stables, on the back end of the villa.
So we have to check the rest of the sewer.
Yeah, there's another door that we should check first of all.
So we want to head back north out of the passageway and check the other doors.
That's what I'm thinking.
And we're still keeping hold of this one then, yes? Ray, she asked?
Yes, we're not going to release him until we fully leave here. We figure that if we release him too soon, it'll just be a detriment to what we're trying to do.
Gotcha. So be it. You heard him. With me. And she continues dragging Amric Van Thamper by the manacles, and the Tressum kind of takes up a post behind him as they follow you further out of this sewer tunnel.
How did the Tressum react about the lady getting killed?
She does not seem to care.
Maybe that wasn't the Tressum's master then?
Well, I mean, it is a cat.
That's true.
Look for a cat.
I open this door.
Have to get it back.
Okay. So we got two doors here, north and south. Looks like we're going north. Everybody caught up yet? Or is Celefio gonna pop it open here while we're still... There we go. Alright. Looks like everybody's in position. Let's get the map looking good. Yep. Looks fine. Okay, we have found a living quarter with wrought iron candlesticks topped with flickering candles. I'm guessing by now you can guess how many candles are atop each set of candlesticks. There is a heat coming from the room that is cast from this cast iron stone with clawed feet on the east side of the chamber. And we have other furnishings, including a small table and a chair for dining, a bed, an iron chest resting at the foot of the bed, and two tapestries, one showing spirits rising as lemure devils from the river Styx, and another depicting a dead man dangling like a marionette from hooked chains.
Okay, I'm gonna look around and see if there's any documents, any books, paperwork, anything like that. That might tell us what their overall plan is.
Well, you do see the iron chest, which is closed, but you don't see anything laying about the room that is incriminating in and of itself.
I open the chest.
Grulak moves out of the room and stands by the other door.
Okay, and within the chest we have a holy symbol of Torm. It is known that Thavius Krieg worships Torm, who's one of the good aligned deities. Aside from the holy symbol being on the end of a silver chain, the holy symbol itself is a right-handed gauntlet. That is the visage on the symbol itself. But that's all that's inside of the chest, and all that is clearly evident from a cursory glance of the room.
I'm gonna take a little bit more than a cursory glance. So I'm gonna start checking behind the tapestries, checking any tables. I'm gonna pick up the holy symbol.
Okay. Yep. Holy symbol, much like any of the others that you've appropriated throughout this dungeon, has no good or ill effects in your hands. And feel free to roll a perception check if you want to do something a bit more thorough while you're here.
I will step out of the room and address Rhea. I'll say, we found a holy symbol of Torm in the chest in this room. That is the only thing.
May I see that?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll go grab it from Slutfield.
Yeah, she holds it up, and it's very identical, or nearly identical, to the one that she herself wears. Yeah, you spend a good few minutes in this chamber. There is nothing else in here, aside from a few changes of clothes, nothing in any of the pockets.
It looks like it's been recently lived in.
It does. The bed is unmade.
It's possible Thavius or one of his people was sleeping in here. It shows evidence of having been used recently. If there's nothing else in here, we should move on to the next.
All right.
I was just doing a perception check at the door just to see if I hear anything inside. Same.
Okay, 1 second there. Perception check, okay. You do hear some conversation, and you think you hear the sound of snoring as well, coming from the other side of that room, the door.
Okay, so Grulak will look at everybody else and kind of mimic, like, hey, somebody's talking. And he'll also try to mimic, like, hey, there's somebody sleeping in there. As best he can. He does something like that, like, hear something. And then he goes, that. And then,
So surprised you yell out, "Hey, there's somebody sleeping in there!"
All right, let's open the door quietly.
so I'm just listening.
Okay, who is opening the door, and how quiet are they being? Let's get a stealth check.
Hey, not bad for having a
Indeed. Yeah, not bad at all, brother.
no modifier on my dexterity check.
Right. Okay. Let's get some checks here. Okay. Well, as we all know, it only takes one. Alright, we have discovered the cultists' quarters. And we have the familiar wrought iron candlesticks with the 9 flickering candles, 10 wooden bunk beds, next to which are unlocked foot lockers, some of which are just hanging wide open. Looks to be all mundane stuff. Some of them have dirty socks draped over the side, soiled unspeakables, and what have you. We do have a good number of cultists gathered in here, minus any that you have encountered through wandering monster encounters previously in the dungeon. So count your lucky stars that you ran into 4 of them in groups of 2, because otherwise there would be 4 more in here to confront you all at once. This guy here in the far corner is the source of the loud snoring that Grulock was able to hear with his natural 20 perception. Pretty impressive considering it's like 30-something feet away through the door. And the other cultists are sitting on the edge of beds, sitting on the tables next to the beds, just generally having conversation. Most of them don't notice the door open until it's almost all the way open. And it is, of course, this guy right here next to the door who notices, oh crap, the door's open, and he sounds the alert for the rest of the cultists, and here we go. Oh, Radio Free Covenant. Thank you, brother. All of you in one group. Perfect. Ooh, am I going first? Nope. I'm going third again. Okay. Looks like I drew the third order in the initiative here. Nadir's gonna go first again, followed by Zhonghun going second again.
So my average for the day for initiative is 3. It's been really awesome.
Yeah, right, right. Yeah, you and Don switched dice this evening, except for the attack rolls. You're still coming in pretty good on that. All right, Nadir, charge!
So they're all aware of us at this point, right?
Them are ready and able to take their turns.
Alright, I'm gonna blast this dude here.
Okay, shooting the guy across the chamber there. And we can see there is another door there on the south side of the cultist quarters that connect to another area. Woo! Nicely done. Yeah, this guy just stands up off of the foot of his bed like, what the hell? Intro! And he's dead.
Yeah, so I just blast him and I'll stay where I am. That's not here.
Okay. Alrighty then, let's bring it over to Jong-hoon.
Going to, actually, I'll just go there and attack this guy.
Okay, attacking the dude. Still kind of halfway sitting, halfway standing. They will both connect, and he will likewise be another dead cultist. Another quick exchange there for Jong-hoon, who puts himself as the obvious target for the scimitar-wielding cultists. And we're just going to charge you here. Okay. Okay, so first attack is an 8, which will miss, and then a 6, which will miss. Looks like 0 for 3 there for the cultists. And the guy in the corner will wake up, grab his scimitar, and get off of the bed, and that will be the extent of his action. Over to Celestial. Sliding over for the flank, okay.
And that will end my turn.
Alright, you're gonna deliver a nice strike to that cultist for half of their total, or almost all of their hit points right there. They only got one left. So,
Kyla is
Calidor.
sitting at the edge of her seat now. I don't know if you guys noticed. I know it's a really tense fight. Holy smokes.
Yeah, for sure. I'm still waiting for her to make her play. This is like the 3.5 hour buildup of ki that's got to result in like 400 die 3 million in damage or some shit.
I'm pretty sure a minute has passed, so there's no extra radiant damage. That 4 points isn't there.
Okay. 3 con saves. Alright, so success and failure and death. There we go. Killed one of them, damaged one of them, and the other guy right here takes nothing.
EOT.
Excellent. And let's see what Grulok has here to end off the round.
Alright, so he enters the room. Am I able to get around over the beds real quick to get to a better position, like say over here?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean that's what I figured, but we'll see. Alright, so kind of get in this position and deliver a strike to this foe here.
Okay. Very cool.
And I'm going to reroll one of those damage die because it. Oh, actually, I'll roll both. What's that? 2, 6. So 9 plus 4, 13.
Alright. Another one bites the dust.
Cool. And I'll begin a turn.
Okay. And we move back to the top here with Nadir.
I will attack the guy who just got up and is now coming over with his sword like, I'm gonna get some.
I'm gonna get dead is what I'm gonna get. Well, close enough. Yeah, I thought he was gonna get killed, but as it is, he's just mostly dead. Okay, and our monk who finds that bodies are just dropping around him before he even gets the chance to respond. What do you got?
Try to add to that.
Nice detail there, James. Okay, well, the quarterstaff will certainly slay the one that is next to you there, and the 7 will not hit the other guy if you choose to maneuver over there.
Yeah, I guess I would.
You could try to burn the inspiration, see if you can finish him off.
Nah.
Hey, get out of my bed!
Well, it is near the end of the game, and you get a new one next week.
That's a good point. Yeah, okay, I'll do that.
Well, that is my AC exactly, and 3 more than you needed to deal. So I will take that, and that will be the end of the cultists inside of the cultist chamber.
That was a straight up massacre. We just walked in there.
Yeah, here I was all lucky. You guys are lucky that there weren't 4 more cultists in here, otherwise you guys would really be screwed. Oh man, I should add freaking like 9 more of these guys.
It's like, oh man, Carl, I'm gonna retire today.
Whoa, Kyla, chill out. Kyla, stop
okay.
it. It's alright.
I know you have that suspenseful look on your face. We got through it. Okay.
With this, I can almost smell level 5.
Man, do you really think you got more than 1 XP per cultist after this annihilation?
Well, I mean, we got rid of a bunch of cultists, a devil, the Duke. How much experience can we get if we murder her? I mean, never mind.
Yeah, you don't get enough XP to hit level 5 until you viciously and needlessly slay the prisoner that you've been toting along for 3 sessions now.
Exactly. You know, I think that's what's been holding us back.
You know, one of the cultists in here is like, man, I'm about to retire. It's gonna be awesome.
2 days to retirement.
2 days. Oh,
Man,
God.
I'm too old for this stuff.
All of a sudden, a little saxophone
I open this door.
bit hits.
After everybody gets into position, I will open this door.
I was going to search
Alright.
around the room, but if he opens the door,
We might as well just open the door, get rid of whatever's in there, and then take the time to search. Because somebody on the other side of the door may have heard this fighting.
the screaming, you mean?
The screaming, yeah.
I sat next to him.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to, if you're on the other side of the door, to not hear 6 times. They just keep getting annihilated.
Hard times! Hard times.
Okay, just a brief pause here while I get this set up to my liking. Yep, I dig it. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Token layer. Retreat, retreat, retreat. Okay. Alright. Doors opening. Readied actions are triggered. And we are
I think
familiar.
Shahun would actually be closer to where we are because, again, I said I waited until people were in position. So if anybody wants to move, they should have done so by now.
That's fine by me.
You got this.
I point out that I see somebody as the door opens off to my directly in front of me.
Okay. So readied attacks. Celestial's passive perception. Yeah, I'm gonna say that as you open the door and you see this spiritual weapon here hovering before you, you fail to note the one that is more obscured in the corner here. So that one will attack with a 21 for 3 piercing as Celestial enters, and the one that obviously comes at your front, you're able to get your shield up in time to deflect. And you can see another cultist here inside the room, and just the way the shadows are playing off of the walls from your glowing mace, you're pretty sure there's another one of them in here as well. And let me get initiative set up here for us. It's you. Yep. Yep. Check. And voila. Oh boy, I'm going first. Alright, that looks good. And I'm gonna have a plethora of attacks here that, just for fairness, we're gonna divide somewhat between Celestial and Kalidor, maybe even some towards Nadir and Grulak. So, spiritual weapon, moving out, and I will sick both of those on Grulak. Yeah, neither of those are going to do any good, so they're just kind of hovering there, not doing much of anything. And meanwhile, the cultists will step into position there, and each of them are going to fling daggers at Celestial. Okay, all 4 of those are normal. Looks like the middle 2 will land for a combined 9 piercing. And each of the cultists will quick draw 2 more daggers. You're not sure how many more of those they have, but they've at least got enough to do it again. And Jong-hoon, over to you.
Okay, I'm going to run in. Oh, hey. Okay. I don't like that positioning, but I don't really want to run into flank, so just going to hit this one, I guess.
Okay. Hitting the guy in the corner. Go ahead. Uh-oh, now the crap dice start coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, my AC is a little better than 11, so no good there. Let's see what Nadir has over here. Like my guy on the east side here is getting blasted with a firebolt, and that will connect for about a quarter of his total hit points.
Firebolt. Firebolt.
That's Yoti.
Okay, over to Grulak.
The spiritual weapons, if I move past them, they are not getting attacks opportunity.
They do not.
I just want to make sure before I do so.
Yeah,
All
it's
right,
only
I'm
the
gonna-
character that gets the AOO.
Did that guy create the spiritual weapon? Oh wait, the spiritual weapon doesn't have a concentration effect. Never mind.
Correct. Yeah, you're good. Alright, as Grulak enters and raises his greatsword, he catches the brief, fright-filled face of a female cultist standing before him. She sees her life flashing before her eyes as your greatsword descends. Come on, natural one.
That's inside sir, on that one. Alright, so it is a normal strike, correct?
Yeah.
So maybe she'll like it.
Oh.
Hard times.
Yeah, that's gonna be a nasty strike. Let me just double check. I don't have anything on that. No, that's a bonus action. Too bad we didn't use that last time. Oh well. Yep. Yeah, I got nothing against that, so I will take 14 slashing, and yeah, she's still alive, but she is now screaming in pain from the results of that nasty strike.
Soon it'll be over for you. He kind of stands over there just like, and it'll be his turn.
Okay, and let's move it over to Calidor. I wonder what he's about to do. Okay. Is it a charm or a fright? I have advantage.
Oh, like you're really scared of 2 whole points of damage.
Oh, I am. I'm terrified. Well, the one on the left will take the 2. The one on the right will make the save. She takes 2. He takes none. Okay. Yeah, buddy. That is Calidor's turn. Over to Salafiel.
Actually, I'm gonna bonus to heal since I decided to walk right here.
Okay. Go ahead and facilitate that at the same time. For 11, okay. Crunch.
Probably the last thing that I get to do right now. So I am end of turn.
Okay. That cultist,
with my whole 2 hit points left.
That cultist spits on Salephiel and curses the name of Tyr as he is struck by the glowing magical mace. And both of the cultists will now proceed. Spiritual weapons. I'm going to move those in. And this time they will both focus on... No, there's no point on that. John ain't been doing anything. So one on Grulok and one on Salephiel. And a miss on both. Okay, well, wait. Yep, I got the flank advantage on Grulok, but that's still going to be a miss. And no advantage on Salephiel, so that is also a miss. And cultists in melee with daggers. The female is going to try to get some retribution against Grulok, stabbing him twice. And the male cultist on the right side here, I'm going to stab out at Salephiel once and see where I'm at after that. Okay, so the 20 for 3 piercing will get through on Grulok. 14 is going to miss Salephiel, so last attack on Salephiel as well. 13 will miss as well, so you survive by the skin of your teeth there. And Jong-hoon, over to you.
Okay, I'm going to attack this one.
Sounds like a plan. There we go. There we go. Good strike from the first one. I will take 4 bludge. Got it. And over to our tiefling. What you got, Justin?
Oh, I got you that same guy again.
I'm not sure which is worse, the complete miss or the almost total absence of damage. Either way, it sucks on both accounts.
Take that.
What do you say? You want to burn your inspiration here in the final moments?
Do it.
I am going to use my inspiration card, but not to re-roll. There's another effect on this card that I'm going to use on it.
Alright, alright. I dig it. Go ahead and drop that one on the table then, right here in the cultist chamber, so we can all get a good look at it. Once it goes into my hand, I can't read it as well. We are looking at... Immediately deal 1d12 lightning.
Shocking.
Positively shocking. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Guy stabs out at Salephiel twice, and his daggers just kind of glance off shield and armor, and he prepares to redouble his efforts, and all of a sudden a bolt of lightning just kind of comes out of nowhere and chars him to nothingness.
That's it.
All right. And let's see if Grulok can finish off the female cultist.
Oh, yeah, he's pretty much in a rage. Right?
Now the
Go ahead,
question is that now that the spiritual weapon has no control, does it stay there until the end of its duration? Or because that guy's dead, does it wink out of existence?
It either winks out, whether it winks out or stays there, it definitely doesn't have any further contribution. So just for mechanics' sake, we might as well. Boop, and there it goes.
All right.
And Grulok will rain a blow down on this poor cultist who dared. Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. So
Okay. She is completely surrounded, so any of your attacks against her are going to be at advantage.
Okay. And I also want to recognize somebody in the user chat who goes by Feet. I just think it's a cool name, so I'm just going to say big ups to Feet in the Twitch chat.
Super cool, super cool. What's up, Feet?
It's your feet.
And Ben, you probably noticed there underneath your token the appearance of another secret door.
Six, so we roll 2.
Crunch.
And make that add 2. So.
Add 2, got it. Okay. Well, you have lopped off her arm, and she is just spraying blood and screaming bloody murder here, and praying for Miracle to give her strength, and so that she not be so cowardly in his presence.
Is this like a Kill Bill scene where the Hulk is shooting like that? That's just messed.
Yeah, and you would venture a guess that she's probably pretty cowardly in Miracle's presence as she arrives at that particular plane of existence. As you slay the female cult fanatic here and discover the presence of another secret door right here, we have another normal door further east down the chamber. So this is the area that we will conclude it tonight and pick it up from next week.
Would this also be a good time-wise, from all of our explorations and stuff like that, to be able to take either a long or a short rest?
It's been a couple hours since the last short rest, so you can definitely take another one, and that definitely places you closer to the next long rest, but I think you're probably still riding early to mid-afternoon at this point, so if you want... What's up, Kyla? Okay, yeah, if you wanted to take the long rest, you probably got about another 6 or 7 hours to wait right here. She was just reminding me of what time of day it was.
Okay.
Hey, Don, that measly 7 hit points was to you.
Yeah, I figure if we take a short rest, I can spend some more hit dice to get some more hit points back.
Do we want to end off tonight like last week then? Do we want to start off a
Yeah,
short rest and see if we can get it?
Yeah, let's start a short rest, see if we can get it, and then... So we'll go back into this room where there's beds.
Very cool. And unlike last week, you will get your hour uninterrupted this time. So if you want to go ahead and knock out that short rest now, start spending hit dice, regaining action surges, second winds, etc., feel free to knock that out.
The only thing I'm going to get back is my favorite by the gods ability. Everything else.
26.
That came in handy on both occasions tonight. I like that.
Yeah, it's a really cool ability.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, and I'm at near full.
Nice, nice. Anybody got anything else they want to do with their short rest here? All right. I'm going to send us then to our new end credits sequence here. I'd like to thank all of you RPU lifers here who joined us for another session of Baldur's Gate descent into Avernus. I realize that each game without us actually going to Avernus makes it a little bit more ridiculous a title, but we'll get there. We'll get there. I promise you. And then you'll wish you were back in Baldur's Gate. So thank you all for being here, part of the game. Thank you to Radio Free Covenant for tuning in tonight and helping promote Role Playing Unlimited. Always a joy. Thank you to Annie Bag of Donuts for the donation there. Much appreciated. Love you, baby girl. And I'm going to send us to our end credits here. Hope you enjoy and have a good night, all.
Hey, everyone.